Thank you for the way that you work in our lives. Thank you for your love, and your peace, and your hope, and your joy. Thank you, God, for all the people around this room, the council members and the administration and the support staff that work tirelessly for the improvement of our community. Thank you for our first responders and the people who work hard to take care of us each and every day. Thank you for the members of our community who come to share their ideas and wisdom in an effort to make our community even stronger. And now, God, we ask that you be with us tonight. Help us to feel your presence and hear your voice as we discern how to make a better tomorrow for all the residents and businesses of North Canton. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Liam, would you please call the roll?
Member Wyatt?
Here.
Member Owens?
Here.
Member Cleister? Here. Member Schroyer?
Here.
Member Ware?
Here.
Member Atheny?
Here.
Member Orr?
Here.
7 present.
Okay, I can have a motion and a second to approve as presented minutes from November 18, 2024, public hearing and city council, and the minutes from the December 2nd, 2024 organizational meeting and the committee poll. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I'm going to make a motion to enter into executive session for the purpose of considering confidential information related to the marketing plan, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance, or to negotiations with political subdivisions respecting requests for economic development assistance as permitted by Ohio Revised Code 121.22G8. And we're going to have a roll call vote. After my second.
Second.
All in favor? Roll
Aye.
call.
Roll call.
Member Wyatt?
Yes.
Member Owens?
Yes.
Member Cleister?
Yes.
Member Schroyer?
Yes.
Member Ware?
Yes.
Member Atheny?
Yes.
Member Orr?
Yes.
7 in favor, 0 opposed.
Okay, at this time, council is in executive session. Let the record reflect, council will be joined by the directors of administration, the directors of finance, the director of law, the clerk of council, the economic development specialist, the mayor, and representatives from Maple Street Commerce. We are in executive. adjourn the executive session.
Second.
We need a roll call or no? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let the record reflect that no action was taken during the executive session.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so let's do the public speaks portion. Liam, would you read the preamble for public speaks?
I believe your agenda speaker is no longer here.
Yeah, I
bailed.
think he left.
Oh, okay, all right. No one for the first one. Okay, so let's move on to old business. Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 05-2025?
An ordinance accepting a .13 acre tract of land from the North Canton City School District along the south side of Charlotte Street Northwest between Hillcrest Avenue and Ream Avenue, located in the city of North Canton, and declaring the same as a road right-of-way.
And before we start, I want to thank everybody for their patience. That was a long executive session, and generally we don't like to put them at the beginning.
Can you
but-
explain why you didn't let the public speaks happen beforehand?
Yeah, so this was directly related to legislation and to open public speaks before we consider legislation on a matter that has executive session. In this case, it wasn't proper, so that's why we did that. But, all right, street and alley.
Yeah, so this is a right-of-way cleanup we talked about last time. I won't make you go over it again, Liam, since you're a little under the weather. Any questions about it? No questions, I'll make a motion to adopt the second reading of ordinance 05-25.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I'm going to make a motion to suspend Council Rule 23 to allow for consideration of what will become Resolution 625, Ordinance 725, 2025, Resolution 8, 2025, and Resolution 9, 2025 without a committee report. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Liam, would you please read the title of Resolution 6, 2025?
A resolution appointing Stephen B. Wilder as North Canton's representative to the Stark County Council of Governments for a one-year term beginning January 1st, 2025, and ending December 31st, 2025, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Okay, this is personnel and safety.
Okay, so 1986, Stark Council of Governments was established as a regional council under Chapter 167 of the Ohio Revised Code to provide a permanent form of discussion and study of problems of mutual interest and concerns to the county and its subdivisions for the development of policies, programs which include but are not limited to funding the operations of the Canton Stark County Crime Lab and the Stark County Metropolitan Narcotics Unit. So their objective is they own assets for the sustainability or substantially funds for the Stark County Crime Lab, very important to our area. It also is funded and administered various programs of regional benefit and mutual interest to its member subdivisions. One example is the smoke trailer, which is utilized by all the local fire departments as a training tool. And we're fortunate enough that Mayor Wilder has agreed to take on another term. How many terms is this now?
It's a year term, 1 year term.
Right, but how many terms have you had now?
This is only my second term.
Second term.
Right.
But we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Anything you would like to add, Mayor?
Yes, I want to thank Sheriff Meyer for his leadership for about the last 8 to 10 years. And he recommended me to chair the SCOG committee for this coming fiscal year. So, or not fiscal year, but for this year, okay, for 2024 or 25. So I accepted and I was voted in to chair that for this coming year. Thank you. And he did a great job when he was chair. Thank you.
Well, I'll make a motion to adopt the first reading of Resolution 06, 2025.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 6, 2025 under suspension of the rules.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 7-2025?
An ordinance amending Chapter 192, Income Tax, of the codified ordinances of the City of North Canton to increase the rate of municipal income tax from 1.5 to 2% beginning January 1st, 2025, for the purpose of providing funds for the purposes of general municipal operations, maintenance, new equipment, extension and enlargement of municipal services and facilities, and capital improvements.
All right, Stephanie.
Just for the record, it would be January 1st,
Oh,
2026.
26.
Yeah,
Not January 1st,
that
2025.
was one thing. So a lot of questions, a lot of thoughts, and Ben, you did a nice job kind of helping us to look at some of the options for last week, and looking at them, some of those options, we decided to put it on as a first reading. So I know we have a lot of questions and thoughts, and Ben, do you want to take us through anything right now, or Gina, or Jim, or any thoughts?
I don't know that we have new information. I guess just a note on a question that some of you asked me, and a question that our intrepid reporter Robert asked me. And so I guess a point of clarification is that the comparison that Gina and I prepped and gave to you last week is a comparison of two future scenarios. So it is not a comparison of property taxes as they exist right now versus an income tax increase. It is a comparison of the increase in property taxes to replace all of these levies when they become due versus the increase in income tax. So it is not necessarily a instantaneous net savings. It is if you want to get all of these services, it will cost you less to get all of them by funding it through income tax than funding it through property tax.
Including the fire station?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start if no one else wants to go. I like the idea. Going by tax is more efficient than going by property taxes that need to be re-upped every set period of time. It is a huge gain for fixed income people on fixed income and retirement income who have really struggled in paying some income taxes, or not income taxes, property taxes, over the last 4 years when we've had a lot of inflation. The negative about it does shortchange potential roads. I don't like that, and what I would propose that we would do to fix that is not take away the street levy completely, but keep on some sort of portion. I don't know what the number is. Maybe it's $500,000 or something that small, where we would have something dedicated to the streets. And the reason I say that is we look at our streets in the last year and we paved no new streets. All of that was used to match funding for major projects. If we lose the ability to match funds for large projects, we're not doing any streets. I mean, not only just side streets, we're not doing major projects. We've got to keep that flexibility to at least fund major projects. And going forward, I think there's some debt that's going to be paid off that will open up more, but I think we need to dedicate at least a portion of something to streets. It doesn't have to be what we asked for before. It doesn't even have to be what we currently ask for. And I think we'll go more into the math, but I want us to keep an open mind going forward to not shortchange our streets. It's, I mean, we're very prideful in our streets, and to purposely underfund them is not a smart move.
So you're saying as we discussed at the last meeting, sunset or cancel the fire operating and EMS operating levies,
Yes.
but come back and ask for, instead of a 1 mil, but maybe ask for a 0.5 mil.
I would say if this passes, if we decide to put this on in May and it passes, then we ask for a small millage in November to make sure that our streets are shored up, and the people have direct say in it. They can either say, okay, we want to fund our streets, or we don't. They have complete say in it. But to completely pull the streets out,
Yeah.
I want that comfort level of knowing that we're going to put more into our streets. That's the only fault I see in this plan.
Right. But it's worth noting, still with pulling the fire operating and EMS operating, it still is reducing a big millage
Yes.
in property taxes. So,
It's still gonna save seniors and people with retirement income, and potentially people that are on disability that own their homes, that property tax.
And it's
That's there.
I'm sorry, and it's a continuing portion that we would be removing, or it's the.
No, it's the operating.
The
continuing
operating.
stays.
The continuing stays.
We would keep the continuing from 2012, and remove the 5-year renewing.
Operating.
So I would argue the other side of that coin, that if you truly want this to pass, you're gonna have to remove all of those levies. Looking at the funding, it showed up on the report that it's $34,000 short of what we currently have for streets. But in doing so, it also shows the funding for the fire EMS building at the full amount, which could actually be reduced by the sale of station number 1. It could also be reduced by the actual costs associated with the building of that. And there could be funds then in our general fund every year rolled into streets. Because I think if you tell the residents you're gonna come back to them with a levy for anything,
yeah.
that I think we're gonna lose the fact that we do need the income tax increase. And that's an increase that grows every year if individuals get pay increases. And I think if the story gets out that we're gonna keep a levy, or add a levy, or come right back in the following year and ask for another levy, I'm against doing that. I think we
I
need to
would agree.
be tough.
That it would go up when the economy goes up, but when the economy goes down and RETA collections are under, our revenue is down.
Does when was the last time that happened?
I don't have an answer for that because it wasn't during COVID.
Yeah, it
We
hasn't
continue to
happened in a
increase.
while.
Right.
See? I know,
Hey, I
I
agree.
know, but I
I'm
don't.
thinking worst case scenario.
I know.
I'm happy to be optimistic, but I want to point out potential shortfalls.
I
Worst case
think,
scenario is
yep.
we don't have a levy right now for streets, and we have no money
Yeah.
in '26.
Worst case scenario is we can't
We can't pass
increase the income tax.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
And-
The worst case scenario is if everything fails.
Again,
Yeah.
If we don't-
Absolutely.
If you decide not to keep the continuing levies, which have been in place since 2012, continuing as a 0.5 mil fire and 1 mil EMS, then we would need to stop the soft billing on EMS. If we don't have a levy, then we need to bill residents for EMS. You need to think about
That's
that.
just the
Right
soft
now,
portion.
the continuing levies cover that, right now.
Yes.
And I'll just for reference, when I started here 5 years ago, it was around 71,000, and it has doubled. It was 142,000 this year that we've written off. So if that continues to double, eventually those continuing levies may not cover it, but it's something worth thinking about.
We had passed about going out to different nursing homes and helping with, how is that money coming in? It's been a couple months.
We haven't had a single call for that.
We haven't?
Since that was put in place.
Imagine solving that problem.
Wow.
Very good.
That's amazing.
Now with the streets, correct me if I'm wrong, salt is not included in that. It's just paving.
No, this is
Correct.
just paving.
Paving. And curbs are with that too, right? No.
Curbs and gutters are from the stormwater, which will be an assessment now on utility bills.
Okay, thank you.
And then, Ben, what did you mean when you said this would actually save? Who did you say it would save money for?
For the average owner-occupied household, this would save them money on an annual basis. Assuming a future increase occurs one way or the other. So, as I was saying, we're comparing two future options. So either the property taxes go up or the income taxes go up. For the average household, it will cost you less if your income tax goes up instead of your property taxes going up.
And what are you basing the number for the average household income?
Census measured median income of 69,000.
Okay, because I thought I had looked and it was 59.
Here's,
Okay,
It's
so
right
I'm
here.
kind of showing this.
so what was in here is median income, 69,000, and median property value 220. Above median would be household income of 120, property value of 350. And then a below median had a household income of 40 and a below median property value of 150. And also with
So,
retirees and other
Yeah.
things.
Per Catherine's suggestion last week, we did go ahead and build a calculator on our website.
Oh, good.
So if you go to our website and then government, there's a new page that says income tax proposal that has a lovely, Leah might be able to pull it up for you, that has a lovely slider calculator that you can see, put in your household details and see exactly what it would mean for you.
So you can adjust the taxable household income on the first level, the home value on the next level, and then it will tell you the amount your household would pay in property taxes for new replaced street levy and
Oh, shoot, it won't go higher.
higher levies, and the amount your household would save if North Canton enacted a 0.5% income tax instead of property tax levies. And I've had a lot of people try it, and they
Wow.
are shocked.
It works?
Yeah, they're saying like, they're putting their legitimate numbers in there and saying, wow.
Yep.
And we plan to push this out so everybody can utilize it and see it.
Perfect.
So it does, I mean, I'm just gonna bring it up again because I just feel we're at I think it was a $34,000 reduction in street funding if we just do this. And that's not including the increase in asphalt that we're gonna get next year. So I wanna put that on everybody's radar because that is, that's a huge promise to pull that and promise not to put it back, which is gonna be our next resolution that we're gonna discuss. But if the fire station doesn't sell in that year, that's not good, so.
Well, it won't sell in that year because.
Exactly.
Yeah. To your point.
Right. So, just putting that out there.
What does the levy bring in, the street levy right now? Well, I guess it's, how much?
388,651.
Okay, so it is 10% of,
No, he's agreed it was underfunded. All right, anybody else?
So just for the sake of explaining process, this first ordinance is the ordinance to change our income tax. And as it says in it, it does not take effect unless approved by the voters. The next item on your agenda, the resolution, puts that ordinance onto the ballot for voters to vote on. And then the third item is what we've drafted for you for your consideration, that is not really legally binding, but essentially a resolution to make a public statement from all of you that you are committed to releasing the law.
I do have one more question. So, let's say let's say this passes, when would we issue our bond for the fire station?
So depending on, just depending on rates with the construction project, we would probably do 1-year bands, those notes you can roll until you know what the final cost is. So we would have that during construction year, and then if we would sell Station 1, we would know we'd be able to use those proceeds as well. Or we could structure the bond so that maybe if we're expecting $1 million or whatever we expect to get from Station 1, we could make that our first year payoff and reduce that principal right away. By that amount, there's a couple different options.
What would be the approximate start date of the bond?
As soon as we want to start paying contractors.
Or actually, I think where you're
I
going
would
with.
say we'd.
My fear would be, we do have a revenue issue, as we know by balancing the budget this year. If we issue that in 2025, we're creating more debt before the income would be starting to collect.
The notes would not be paid off until 1 year. They're usually 1-year notes. So
Okay.
we would have those note proceeds to start construction, paying vendors. And then those notes would need to be paid off a year following. So
Okay.
it'd be in spring of 26, April, May
Okay,
of
that makes me
26.
feel better, okay.
So, I guess with that, so we would seek to, let's say this passes in May. April, we're talking about, let's get this ball rolling. We're not waiting until 26 until the money starts coming in.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, not
May.
April, we would wait
Yeah.
till the results are in,
Yeah.
so we're
Right.
probably
May.
talking more like summer.
May, oh, I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I can't
Right.
tell which month comes first, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what I mean, June. So,
Probably summer of '25, we would issue those first bands.
okay.
So I motion to adopt the first reading of Resolution 08-2025.
07.
Where am I? Oh, I'm sorry.
Item 9B.
I'm sorry. A motion to adopt the first reading of ordinance 07-2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Liam, would you please read the title of Resolution 8, 2025?
A resolution directing the Board of Elections to place upon the ballot at the special election to be held on May 6, 2025, the question of increasing the City of North Canton's rate of municipal income tax from 1.5% to 2%, beginning January 1st, 2026, for the purposes of general municipal operations, maintenance, new equipment, extension and enlargement of municipal services and facilities, and capital improvements, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Okay, second.
So as Ben said, it's just kind of like, it says Part C, but obviously Part B of this ordinance and gets us on the ballot. Are there any questions? All right, the motion to adopt the first reading of Resolution 08-2025.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Liam, would you please read the title of Resolution 9, 2025?
A resolution stating the intention of North Canton City Council to not seek renewal or replacement of the city's existing street paving, EMS operating, and fire suppression operating levies if voters approve a 0.5% income tax increase at the ballot box in May 2025.
Like Ben said, this is
Oh,
part.
this is personal. so it's-
Oh, sorry.
You're stealing
It's
it.
fine.
I
Finance and
am, see, I'm
property.
Jamie, I'm like you, I'm like, okay.
Actually, a levy would still fall under finance.
Yeah.
You guys can share it.
Okay,
I think it's just the president's agenda has a,
I'm sorry, what?
It's finance and
In
property.
Granicus,
Oh.
it's finance and property.
Liam tricked me.
Okay, I did kind of wonder.
Okay.
So this would be to remove those levies for the street EMS and the fire operating levies if we approve the 0.5 income tax increase.
If the voters approve.
Yes.
And just for reviewing sake, that would be removing for the fire operating levy is a 1.5 mil levy, and the EMS operating levy is a 3.3 mil operating levy. And then the street paving is a
No.
1 mil levy, so.
and then not seeking a levy for the fire station is another 1.5 mil.
There you go, yeah.
So I motion to adopt the first reading of resolution 09-2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so I did prepare a statement. So we had a long conversation with the developer regarding the Hoover factory, the Hoover West factory. At this time, there's no need to take any action. We look forward to continuing our conversations with the developer, and we look forward to moving the project forward. Any other comments, questions?
Nope.
Summarizes it.
Perfect.
So we will move to the second public speaks. Pat, you still here? Pat's still here. Liam, if you read the preamble.
At this time, members of the public who have signed up to address City Council will be called to do so. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes. Speakers shall be called in the order they signed up. During this section, comments shall be limited to items reasonably under the city's authority. The rules and the speaker's time will appear on the screen. After you've finished speaking, please remain at the podium to answer questions from officials of the dais. This will serve as the final warning for all speakers. Any violation of the rules will result in an ejection from the premises.
All right, the only speaker we have is Pat Patterson.
He had to make sure he had to get up first.
Just a second.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Pat.
Pat Patterson, 1754th Street in Cuyahoga Falls. First of all, thanks everybody for putting up with some of my nonsense the last several weeks. It's always good to be home. That's one thing. Just a couple thoughts. Just kind of taking a brief break from the business of the city and thinking about the holidays and how it was, how it is. I remember the tree lightings uptown at Hoover's when I was a kid. We have a Christmas thing, and of course it evolved into the modern Winterfest. So, you know, the wonderful memories of both. I'm glad that we were able to continue the tradition of Winterfest. You know, I think of things like getting 10 speeds and running around Valley Boulevard like a bat out of you-know-where, and of course, you know, going like 5 miles an hour. So, things I've just stopped and think, you know, things I'm grateful for. And one of the big things I'm grateful for is coming home. Grateful for my hometown. I'm proud of my hometown. More so than I am my town of residence. I will say that. I think several of you are well aware of that. Thankful for all of you. The accountability you have, the job you've done this year, getting the budget passed, doing everything you did. I'm very grateful for that. Grateful for my friends that I have in town. Some are in the room, some are not. I'm grateful for a lot of things. And I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Looking forward to a good 25. Grill me.
All right. Sounds good.
How dare you wish us that?
Yeah. Always so positive, geez.
Yeah, golly, what's the deal with that? You haven't yelled at us once. But no, seriously, I honestly think a lot more, and probably my biggest regret, I mean, not marrying my wife, but she's probably watching. But one of the first things we did when we got married is we strived to live down here, and it just didn't work out. And everybody's got regrets in their life, and that's fine. So there you go.
There's always time.
Well, our newest civil service commissioner is still trying to drag me down here, so.
Someday, never know.
I wish it was someday. Thanks again, everybody. Appreciate your time, appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, any comments? Questions? Moving on to department reports. Start with Mayor Waddle.
Yes, thank you very much. And again, thanks, public, for indulging us for our executive meeting tonight. Just something to reflect on. Some of us may not be aware, but the National Guard celebrated its 388th birthday. And that was on December the 13th. And it is the nation's oldest defense. The Guard's lineage stretches back to December 13th, 1636. North America's first militia regiments were organized in Massachusetts. Today, Ohio has 12 Guard units. We do not have the originals that the descendants include the 181st Infantry, the 182nd Infantry, and the 101st Field Artillery, and the 101st Engineer Battalion. And those are all Massachusetts Army Guard units, and they exist today. But I do want to recognize 4 individuals, 4 employees that are members of our National Guard currently or have served. And that's Ben Ickus, he works in our building department, and Frank Kemp Jr., our police chief, he served in the National Guard. Connor Pearsall, who's on our fire and EMS department. And last but not least is Mitch Roberts, who works in our Parks and Recreation. So I just wanted them to know that they're appreciated, and their 388th birthday was on the 13th. And to our community, before the holiday season starts, I just wanted to wish you all the happiness and warmth this Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa season brings. May you all have a joyous and wonderful, safe and enjoyable again, festive and meaningful time ahead. And to our employees, thank you to all our employees for what you have done for the betterment of our community. You all are a true embodiment of dedication and hard work. Your ability to stay focused, even in the face of challenges, is admirable. Your contributions play a pivotal role in our achievements, and we are grateful and thankful for your tireless commitment. Your effort to keep our city safe, healthy, and cared for in so many ways does not go unnoticed. I'm wishing all of our employees and their families a happy and safe holiday season. I say thank you at this time for a great year, but also, and let us take a moment, sometimes I think, to send a positive message to a coworker, expressing gratitude for the good work they share together. And last but not least, and to our police officer, Patrick Lewis, we wish him a steady and positive recovery from his injury on duty. So my greeting to all of you and to our community may be a little early, but again, happy holidays. May you all stay safe and keep well. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Catherine.
I echo that, which Mayor says. Happy holidays to everyone. May you all have a wonderful, joyous holiday with your family and friends. And just thank you so much for the great conversation that we had, the long conversation in executive session. I mean, everything we do is for community. We're thinking about the community. That's all we think about. That's all we do. You wouldn't sign up for this job to be elected officials if you didn't care as much as you do about the community. And we wouldn't work here if we didn't care as much, but we all do. And, you know, this whole conversation on the income tax, it's another thing. It's an investment in our community. I mean, that's all I keep thinking about lately. I mean, maybe it's since Winterfest. It was a great Winterfest. Community came together. That's who we are. We are North Canton, and we are different. You know, we're smaller. We're not Jackson Township. We're not Columbus or Cincinnati. And, you know, we care about this community, and we're having a lot of good conversations. And I think that we are moving things forward in the best route for this community and the best future. And I think 25 is going to be great. And I think, you know, everybody just, you know, think positive thoughts and, you know, look forward to 25 like I'm looking forward to it. So We are going to have a little holiday luncheon to echo Mayor's sentiments on the employees. We just have a little luncheon with everyone, and we tell our employees we appreciate them so much and everything they do in every department, and they know you feel that way too. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. Ben?
I'll reserve my time for January 2025. Happy holidays, no report.
Fantastic. Gina?
Happy holidays and no report. Jim?
Jim?
No report.
Oh, all right. Liam?
Happy holidays and no report.
Jason? You guys?
The lawyer talk?
Sure.
Sure.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to council reports. Start with Jamie.
I'm going to echo a lot of what was said here today. First, thank those of you who decided to remain here. Thank you for putting up with our executive session. And I just want to wish all residents, employees of and employees in the city of North Canton a truly wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah season, holiday, whatever a holiday is you celebrate, as well as a happy new year and a safe one at that. So with that, no other report.
All right, thank you, Jamie. David.
Hey, Chairman of Personnel and Safety. The holiday season is here, including New Year's. It's a busy time. It's rushed. It can be very stressful. But remember, a lot of times accidents tend to happen when you're rushed. Slow down, take a deep breath, monitor your health, stay healthy. But most importantly, make memories with your families and your friends and those that you want to spend time with. Make those memories important, those that are close to you and important to you. That's my report.
All right. Thank you, David. Melissa.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the mayor for so eloquently thanking all the team members here in the city. I think it's a perfect time of year to do it. And for recognizing members of the National Guard. So I had a chance to participate in Wreaths Across America Day this past Saturday, laying wreaths at Henry Worsler Cemetery, just up the road a little bit. And that's always a great event to get a chance to participate and use that opportunity at this time of year too. So that's all I have in my report.
All right, thank you, Melissa.
Yep.
John.
Again, I'll echo the same sentiments. Thank you guys for staying around for our long executive session. I was able to go to the ribbon cutting at 7 Bird Drive-through, and it's great to have the management and the owners there and stuff. You guys know how many cars go through there on a daily basis? I was shocked. Between 600 and 700 cars.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Take that place.
That is amazing.
And then it's only gonna get more when, Chick-fil-A opens up right next door. So that, for those who, that's just a great shopping plaza up there, and good restaurants and stuff like that, and the community is using it. And, other than that, happy holidays to everyone. Step back, take a deep breath. 2025 is gonna be a great year for the city. Thank you.
All right, thanks, John. Stephanie.
Not to be redundant, but thank you to everybody who stayed around. And then Mayor and Catherine, I think both of you do such a nice job of thanking your team members and then those that support those team members, which is so important. It's a nice time to say thank you and truly appreciate all the work that's been done this year. And they were great, as we know, working with the budget. So Gina, thank you for working on that. I do a lot with the finances and thinking about them, and I'm always asking those why questions, personally and professionally. And so thank you for always just being so professional and getting back to us. And I think truly this group of individuals just looks out so much for the community and has the best interest always in mind. And it's nice to have the new point of view from Brendan and Jason here as well tonight. And always adding good expertise to our field of people monitoring the city. So thank you.
All right, that's Stephanie. Christina.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything interesting to say that hasn't been said, so happy holidays to everyone. I feel like, this has been a year of a lot of transition in this city, a lot of changes, a lot of new people up here, and I can see, the changes taking effect based on some of these new faces, and it's exciting, and I'm glad to be up here with all of you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. I don't have too much. I mean, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, obviously. You know, what I'll say is, you know, I was thinking about this the other day when I was making my Christmas list. It's so easy to go to Amazon and go to, like, you know, Giant Eagle and get all those gift cards, but all these mom and pop places in our community offer gift cards and gift certificates. So I encourage anybody to support local if they can. And then, you know, my final, you know, I'm being repetitive, but really, I really want people to look at the streets and consider doing something for the streets, because I'd hate to purposely undercut our streets. I just want to make sure that we don't shoot ourselves in the foot for that. So that's all I've got to say. Final call for, also thanks again for the patience on the executive session. I hate when we have to do that first, but in this case, we really had to do it. So I really appreciate your patience and all that. Final call for new business. Okay. So this is winter recess, so we will not be back till January 27th. And on January 27th, we'll have a committee of the whole and council. And I know Robert's getting tired back there, so I'm going to make a motion to adjourn.
We'll be starting our meeting.
What's that?
There was talk about us starting our meetings at 6:30.
We didn't pull the trigger on that. So if we can in the future make a change to the rules.
Did someone ask for it?
We'd have to vote on it. We discussed it a couple minutes, yeah. All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?